and welcome to this week's edition of GameTimePA-TV. I'm your host, John Buffone, and throughout this episode we're going to be checking in with two correspondents from the York, Adams, and Franklin-Fulton counties to break down the most interesting matchups in their areas. But let's start right here in Lancaster, where the spotlight game of the week is Garden Spot at LampeterStrasburg. After all was said and done last week, LS can wrap up Section 2 with a win on Friday, but Garden Spot can now have a chunk of the title after defeating Mannheim Central 21-14 last week. These are two very dynamic teams with two great quarterbacks in Garden Spot's Mitch Martin and LS's Bear Shank. This should be a real physical matchup in Lampeter. Now let's see what's going on in the rest in South Central PA.
Hey, this is Matt Goul coming from Red Lion, where the 6-3, 5-1 Lions are getting set to play host to Dallastown with an 8-1, 6-0 York Adams League Division I record for a share of that title on Friday night. Big game for the Lions. They are 14th in the District 3 Class 4A rankings. Got a firm holding on that spot right now, looking to get some even more points if they could pull the upset against Dallastown, which is currently 5th in that district right now. So this will be probably you look at it behind me right now, you can see the stands here. They will be filled. I can guarantee you that on Friday night, because this is a big crosstown rivalry game.
I'm Shawn Michael with Game Time PA's Franklin-Fulton. And this week, Greencastle Antrim heads to Shippensburg, needing a win to get into the District 3 playoffs. The Blue Devils currently sit at 18th and are going to need a win and some help if they want a chance to play next week. Greencastle is coming off a loss to Waynesboro last week and were beaten once again by the big plays. They're going to have to eliminate those big plays and continue to run the ball effectively if they want to beat Shippensburg this Friday. The Greyhounds also suffered a defeat last week, losing 14-0 to James Buchanan. The offense was nowhere to be found, and they're going to need more consistency from both their running game and their passing game to be able to put points on the board and knock the Blue Devils out of playoff contention.
Well, that does it for this week's edition of Game Time PA-TV. Thank you for tuning in. For updates on all your favorite games, be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and as always, enjoy the games this weekend.